and happy Halloween month! My name is Momo Ryan, and I make videos about immersive experiences all over the world, but this is a series where we try to get immersed at home. Spooky. And we're gonna tackle one of my favorite pieces of Halloween media, Over the Garden Wall. Over the Garden Wall is a short series created by Patrick McHale about two brothers who find themselves lost in a strange wood and go on some weird, vintage, spooky adventures while they try to find their way home. It won an Emmy for Outstanding Animated Program, and oh my god, for good reason. The music, beautiful. The characters, beautiful. The artwork, beautiful. It feels like if Hozier directed an episode of Adventure Time. And as soon as I watched it, I definitely hyperfixated a little and did a really deep dive into theory videos, which mind-blowing. Oh my god, the detail in this show. Ugh. If you haven't seen it, the runtime is only 2 hours long. It's a beautiful work of art, and if it seems like something you'd be into, I would absolutely recommend it. It's a bit of a Halloween tradition of mine to watch it every year, and it's very special to me and my boyfriend, and we get to watch it in the same space this year, so I thought I'd go all out and try and get Halloween content out on time for once. So the feel portion of the senses of immersion, I think we're going to be a little more abstract moving forward. You know, get the feel of a thing, the vibe, because I thought that might be more diverse and entertaining than me touching a bunch of things. Over the Garden Wall always gets me in the spooky season spirit, and nothing signifies the kicking off of the Halloween season more than carving a pumpkin. And nothing signifies the end of it like saying goodbye to your stinky, shriveled up pumpkin friend. But we're not going to think about that right now. So I found this fall festival on a farm that was open all autumn, and with the price of your ticket, it lets you take a pumpkin home from the field. You know, like Potter's Field from Over the Garden Wall. But I hate crowds. So we chose a weekday early in the month, and it was a day it was calling for rain, which means it was slightly creepier than I think they were intending it to be. Which was perfect. I actually really liked the storm clouds in the distance because it really did look a little like Potter's Field, you know, from Over the Garden. It was cute. They let us meet some animals. There was a corn maze. They had a little tractor ride, and they set up some like dark ride-esque scenery with skeletons. Took some cute pictures, introduced Matt to butter tarts, and we got to pick and take home a bumper.
I don't trust mine, though. I got a hole in mine.
Well, that's just the pumpkin guts.
Not... Are you sure it's not 1,000 spider eggs?
Well, I can never be sure of that. I got a little round pumpkin. I still have no idea what to do with it.
It's very aesthetic, but it was too small for me.
But I'm very emotionally attached to him. So
What's his name?
Bartleby.
And we're gonna kill Bartleby tonight.
Bartleby Pumpkin. Bartleby J. Pumpkin.
Okay, Bartleby. This is the day. The most important day in a young pumpkin's life. And you're going to light up so bright and be beloved by all the children in the neighborhood.
Come with me, man with no name. For we shall take over all the blame. In all hours.
It's actually starting to creep me out. Look at this little dude.
Mine does not translate.
I love this pumpkin more than I have ever loved myself. Get your lighter out of my pumpkin's mouth! I like the light. Where's the blue light coming from? Is that from my computer? I like that again. Look, this looks like a fucking TikTok.
That kind of translates.
That looks really cool, actually.
I would have done more eyes. At different angles. At different angles.
You know, I look at this pumpkin and I think that exact same thing. You know what I could use?
More eyes.
More eyes. Do you want these pumpers to take their final place on the porch?
Yes. I will go and sit outside and watch forevermore.
In one scene in Over the Garden Wall, some schoolhouse animal children are very sad about the bland food that they have to eat, so our favorite little dude, Greg, bursts out into a song about potatoes and molasses. So cute. Which sounds gross. But is it? Welcome to the Midnight Cooking Show with Momo. Midnight Cooking with Momo.
My liege.
Midnight Molasses Momo. Maybe? So in the show, they're all like really sad, and you love me very much, so you added like a bunch of salt and pepper and stuff to this.
No, that's just how you do mashed potatoes if you're not an animal.
But we're all animals.
I'm definitely going to finish that plate. That's a lot of potatoes, and you're not going to be able to finish it because you're going to be like, ew.
You don't
And
know
I'm going to
me.
be like, hell yeah.
You don't know me. Maybe I'm a freak.
Fuck. Jesus.
It kind of tastes like if you mixed beer and maple syrup. Potatoes and molasses.
You've got it all on the spoon.
Let me do what I came here to do. I'm sorry, whose channel is this? Whose channel is this?
Someone who can't fucking cook, apparently.
That is true. I mean, that smells so gross, dude. Oh, get a whiff of that.
Yeah, that smells a bit pretty gross. Let's mix the whole thing in. Eat it. Eat it. Eat it. Oh my god.
I'm gonna. Dude, I don't know. I wouldn't choose to eat this, but it definitely like adds a flavor to the potatoes.
Yeah, but the flavor's bad.
Okay, well, anyway.
So hungry though. Like
2 stars. So I looked up recipes that people had made inspired by the show, and I found a lot of like mashed potatoes and molasses gravy type recipes, which honestly is a more accurate and edible version of what we see on the screen. But when I think of food that I like to eat while watching a movie, I think of like chips and popcorn and nachos. Mashed potatoes doesn't come to mind. So I was thinking, it's like, maybe we could make potato wedges and dip them in maple syrup. You can tell I'm not a cook. But when I looked up potato wedges and molasses, sweet potato was a really common recipe. Apparently sweet potato and molasses is really good. And I found this recipe for some sweet potato wedges with molasses butter by Bobby Flay from the Food Network. I also looked up if you could copyright recipes. It says you can't really. I hope Bobby Flay doesn't get mad at me. Now, I don't normally like sweet potatoes because I find them alarming, but I love Immersion far more than I love myself. So I chose this recipe because it looked really easy and it made me think, I might be able to do that. You're gonna need 3 large sweet potatoes.
3 large sweet potatoes.
We have 2 large sweet potatoes and 1 thing that I think is a sweet potato.
It's a sweet potato.
And it's medium. It looks really different. Are we sure?
Yeah.
Okay. Hello, it is editing Momo. Not in the sense that I am actively editing, but because I look like shit. The sweet potato was bad. We boiled it and it was like super mushy. We just tossed it. You really only need 2 very large sweet potatoes. 1.5 sticks or 12 tablespoons of unsalted butter. We only have salted butter. Moving on. 1 teaspoon of finely grated orange zest. I'm just gonna guess the zest.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a zestimate.
It's very good.
Thank you. I'm a content creator. 1/4 cup of molasses, a pinch of ground cinnamon, kosher salt and freshly ground black pepper, canola oil, we have olive oil, and 4 green onions thinly sliced on the diagonal. I just have to pee. Heat a grill to medium high. I don't want to go outside. So we decided making food at midnight was a bad idea, and we were leaving for a surprise location at 9 a.m. the next day. The only problem that I can foresee is I don't know if they have a grill. So we decided that instead of staying up until 2, we would try to cook it on site. Speaking of site... So this is one I actually thought of after we watched Over the Garden Wall, and it's because I have the Disney World video out, but for research for it, I watched a lot of old Mickey Mouse cartoons. you know, from the rubber hose era. And I don't think I gave Over the Garden Wall's animation enough credit. I knew that at certain points it was very clear that there was inspiration from that era of animation, but I was like, oh, but you know, other than those moments, it's basically animated like Bee and Puppy Cat and Gravity Falls. But upon this watch, because it was juxtaposed to me watching all of those animations from the time period it's inspired by, I noticed a lot more subtleties.
Ooh, the beast is out there. I'm so very lonely.
The old north wind.
Men need the moocher,
Steal your shoes from off your feet.
but you never find another sweet man like me.
And it really made me respect it a lot more than I already did as a piece of animation. So for the sight portion, I'm gonna say, go on YouTube, check out some Felix the Cat, Betty Boop, old Mickey Mouse cartoons. And the original plan here was we were gonna go on YouTube together and watch some cartoons, but my boyfriend, who is a streamer, had another idea. So this is Cuphead, and it is based on rubber hose animation. So we're gonna play this instead of watching me watch things. So I've never played this game because I've heard it's really hard.
Oh, I shot that guy that was in the air. There was a guy. Oh, I'm Cuphead! I'm Cuphead!
Oh, I'm dead. Parry.
I'm trying! Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! I'm sorry!
Chill. Just
You
keep
were
going.
my power!
Just keep going. I'm
scared, I can't do this without you.
Yeah, you can. You've gone this
I
far.
don't. Ah! Ah!
Run and gun missions are way harder than the normal bosses. Because this is
I
like,
chose this one because I thought it'd be easier.
and I allowed you to do it because I knew it'd be more difficult.
I think this would be a good game to play to like warm up to my ADHD medications. I didn't even do that and that felt good.
He's up here.
Oh, look at this cute little.
Don't worry about it. Do you want
He's
to
so sad, he's crying.
switch away?
You know the like side of me that comes out when we play Mario Kart?
Yeah.
I'm there. Oh my god.
Oh, it's
Oh,
good.
there's a riverboat.
2 frogs in this one, or this one.
2 frogs on the riverboat?
Yeah.
Well, that's very over the garden wall. Let's do that.
Okay. But yeah. This is a very hard fight.
You made me click.
It's difficult.
That's okay. I believe
It's
it.
a hard one. His phasing is random in this, so this is just jumping.
Oh my god. Oh my god. This is so fast.
Yeah.
I've never seen a video game go this fast.
There you go. Nice. Good one on that.
Thank you. Dude. Dude. I didn't know video games could be this hard.
Doing so well though.
My brain does not process things
brother,
this
go.
fast.
Fuck. Again.
Oh god, I'm Cuphead. I am Cuphead. I am
So
Cuphead.
this is yep.
Ah!
Watch where the fire's
Ah! Oh my god.
Low.
Ah! My god. My god.
going. Got way further though. We're halfway through his last phase there.
Okay.
Oh fuck.
Fucking.
Oh shit!
Pro gamer strats. Pro gamer strats.
This is frog, so it's just leapfrog, right?
Just leave. This one's the hardest one, and it's so hard to see even where I am at on the screen. Up.
Got him. This is why I've been like, we should play Cuphead, because I know you'd like it.
It's really hard. It is really hard. It is really testing my video game abilities. I am having a great time.
It really gets you.
I gotta get back
You
to editing.
have to edit because I will be like, I want to just solidly play this game.
I also want to play this game, but I also want to have a video done by Halloween. So
And you can be like, hey, if you want to watch the whole 40-minute playthrough, go on Matt's Patreon or your.
then for smell, we took a trip to Bath and Body Works to find a candle that smelt subtly like the woods. And I planned to just take a walk in the woods for here, but then we got an opportunity to do something even better. My uncle owns some land and has a cabin in the middle of the woods. but it's a bit of a drive away for a full-grown woman with no driver's license. But we got an opportunity to go in early October.
My friends all adore you, the world all applauds you. You're who I've been waiting to meet.
Nice!
But I've waited too long, I thought I was wrong. So perfect a love cannot be.
Cheers.
So you've gone away, I'm left here to say I'm a fool for the world to see.
I feel powerful and weak at the same time.
You, just what you meant to me. You're all that I ever dreamed of. It's a love that will never be.
Nothing like welcoming in the Halloween season, like staying in a cabin in the woods, miles away from civilization. So for the final components of whatever this is, meditating is, a quirky little hobby of mine. What can I say? I'm mentally ill. So I took a moment on this trip to unwind and just focus on the smell and the sounds of the forest. Just like Wirt and Greg probably did. They, of course, were, like in a whole other kind of wood, but I imagine it smelled and sounded similar. The cabin was fully off-grid. They had solar panels and a generator, but they also had an old-timey stove. I mean, like, powered by wood and fire old-timey stove. So instead of a grill, we thought we'd get real, 1920s on it and try and cook it on this old stove.
Look at that, eh? Hell yeah.
Just like Wirt and Greg probably did. And they actually tasted really good, which was genuinely surprising to me because I have trouble cooking in a fully powered kitchen. I can't imagine how good it would taste if you actually, followed the recipe.
Yes.
I do have a Wirt costume that I made for Halloween at some point, a certain amount of years ago. I don't know, time's an illusion. If you want to know how I made the cape, the process is very similar to a little cloak tutorial that I have in a past video. There'll be a card, a pop-up thing. No! I just added a little Peter Pan collar and sewed on some buttons. There's no clasp. Instagram doesn't need to know that. The hat, I'm pretty sure, is just cardboard that I wrapped in fabric. But it's not the comfiest thing in the world to wear while watching a show of a runtime of 2 hours in the middle of the woods. I wouldn't even know how to get that hat in a backpack. So I opted for this alternative look.
Each day has 24 hours, 'cause that's all time will allow. And just like the night yields to the day, I am here to say.
So, thank you for joining me on this spooky installment of Full Immersion. Maybe next year we'll do like a horror movie or something. I don't know. Let me know in the comments what you'd like to see for next year. And who knows, maybe my next year I'll be brave enough to actually read my own comments, and then that means that I'll be brave enough to do a full immersion horror movie. Also, a bud of mine that goes by Banana Chan online recently released a Kickstarter for a horror LARP that they worked on, which is very thematic. It's called Suburban Consumption of the Monstrous, and there's 14 games in total in it, but they have a free play kit with 2 games in it. The Kickstarter ends the second week of November. I'll put the links down in the description, so if you're interested in horror or LARP or immersive experiences, please go check them out. Thank you to Matt for helping me out with this video and appearing in it. You can find him on Twitch at Captain Crail. Thank you to Uncle Brian for letting us use your hunt camp for my themed movie night. Thank you to my Patreons who allow me to do this silly little thing full time, which allows me to make these silly little videos in between the silly little immersive experience event videos I make. And thank you for watching the whole video. It means the world to me, and the algorithm ghosts have been appeased. Okay. Done. I think we're done. Okay, bye. Do.